It's 5:30 on the east coast of North America, which is where I am. Where are you? I have no idea. I have no idea who's... If the ones of you who are watching, let me know where you are. But welcome to Shakespeare's Shameless Self-Promotion Halloween Party! Oh my god! I get to wear a costume! As if I don't wear costumes every day already! Like, oh, Shakespeare are you wearing people clothes today? No, I am not. But today, I'm wearing a regular shirt, a leather jacket, and a fedora, which when you put them together, make me frickin' Dr. Shakespeare Jones. Adventurer, historian, and you belong in a museum. That's a weird thing to say. I'm going to move on. But before I get into who today's wonderful guests are, I need to thank our sponsors for today's show. Hill Storage and Rigging Company. No job too large or too small. Find them at hillrigging.com. Renfest.org. Your directory of Renaissance entertainers, festivals, and vendors. Find them. It's in the name. Renfest.org. Ren Pops. Get your Ren Pop Shakespeare. Go to renpops.com. Henderson's Hearth. Classic Celtic cooking for today's on-the-go people. And Dandy for bits and baubles for the sharp and snazzy. You can use your code Death by Fluffy Kittens for $5 off an order of $50 or more. So use my special code. I have a freaking special code. I know. I'm like going somewhere. I have no idea where it is. But an amazing show here today. We have Michael Sturm from the Langers Ball moderating the comments. Thank you so very much. Please go give the Langers Ball some love. Go to thelangersball.com and download all your music from them. Susan Hill says, based on my outfit, we called the dog Shakespeare. And Michael says, support the show by supporting our sponsors. Yes, please and thank you. Kathy Evans says, hello from Pennsylvania. Just finished work and ready for fun. And like to thank all of you for being here. Also, if you have a costume and want to enter the Shameless Self-Promotion Costume Contest during the show, send in your costumes. Either drop a picture into the comments or email me, shakespeare@shakespeareapproves.com. So that email address again is shakespeare@shakespeareapproves.com. But let's bring in today's guests. We have, as nearly always as I can make it, Claire and TJ, or Elsa and Arthur Dent from the Zenith Players. We have the fastest whip in the West, Jacques Ze Whipper.
I figured I would bring the whip for you since I don't see one on you.
You know what? I don't need a whip. I got a cat.
That has more sharp ends than my whip.
It really does. I'm like, what does Paolo Garbanzo say? Instead of the cat of nine tails, the tail of nine cats?
Tail of nine cats. My friend, he's the tail of nine cats.
Oh, it is 27 points of damage. And we have the Burly Minstrel, someone who is a living legend in our Renaissance community, Jim Hancock. Oh my God, Muppet arms for Jim. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Friends, thank you so very much for being here. Jim, I have to say, that is the most impressive microphone I have seen in any of our streams, on any of our shows.
Thank you, but it turns out it's not working, so I'm just putting it there for looks.
Oh, well, you know what? We didn't know, so it sounds fine. It sounds fine. But you know what? You look like you belong in like a 1930s serial where you're saying, all right, today, coming up. So, I mean, basically putting both Jack and me out of a job. So that would be fine. But since we have the Burly Minstrel, let us make him live. Let him give us music to make the heart soar. Lords, ladies, non-binary friends, Jim Hancock, the Burly Minstrel.
Now since we're met, let's merry, merry be, in spite of all our foes. And he that will not merry, merry be, will pull him by the nose. Let him be merry, merry, merry there. We will be merry, merry here. For who can know where we may go to be merry another year? Brave boys, to be merry another year. He that will not merry, merry be, the generous bull and its host, May he in Bridewell be shut up and fast bound to a post. Let him be merry, merry, merry there. We will be merry, merry here. For who can know where we may go to be merry another year? Brave boys, to be merry another year. He that will not merry, merry be, will never take his glass in course. May he then have to drink small beer, ne'er a penny in his purse. Let him be merry, merry, merry there. We will be merry, merry here. For who can know where we may go to be merry another year? Brave boys, to be merry another year. He that will not merry, merry be in the company of jolly, jolly boys. May he be plagued with a scolding wife to confound him with her noise. Let him be merry, merry, merry there. We will be merry, merry here. For who can know where we may go to be merry another year? Brave boys, to be merry another year. He that will not merry, merry be with his sweetheart by his side. May he be laid in a cold churchyard with a headstone for his bride. Let him be merry, merry, merry there. We will be merry, merry here. For who can know where we may go to be merry another year? Brave boys, to be merry another year. Let him be merry, merry, merry there. We will be merry, merry here. For who can know where we may go to be merry another year? Brave boys, to be merry another year.
Oh, well done, Jim. Oh, that is Jim Hancock, the Burly Minstrel. Goodness gracious, Jim, I'm going to start the questions off with you. When did you get into this amazing Renaissance business?
In 1986, actually. Some people I knew, I was at strangely enough, a rainbow gathering. You may remember those. And some people said, hey, we'll pay you to play your mandolin at this festival. Well, sure, great, I'll do that. And I get there and they say, but you have to wear this funny clothes. Okay, well, all right. And you have to talk in a funny accent too. How much are you paying me again? Okay, sure, I'll do it. And I've been doing it ever since.
Oh, well, I'm so very glad that we have you. You were back in my high school days, actually, one of the very first acts I saw perform.
Really?
Yes, at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair back in the late 20th century. In the late 19... Thank you. I was going to say, yeah, the 90s doesn't seem that far away, but like, no, people born in the 90s are functioning grown-ups now. So it's like, wow, cool.
Actually, at this point, I should probably say, what's that? Is that funny?
Well, so if I can I jump in and ask Jim?
Jump in. This is a panel show, baby.
So Jim, I want to know if you worked with my dad way back in the day, Rogo from Fool.
I worked at the same festivals occasionally, but never directly with him. What an amazing act that they put on, and then went off on their own directions, all doing great things. So.
All split off. They're all doing other stuff. For those of you that don't know, my dad did the Renaissance Fair circuit way back in like the late 70s, early mid 80s. I think they left in 86, 87.
Yeah.
And then my dad joined the Big Apple Circus.
What did your father do?
So they did a knife throwing, whip cracking, sword fighting, random bit show. Their goal was every season come up with, I think it was 7 minutes of new material every single year.
I think
that's a great goal.
Random.
Yeah,
that is a great goal though, to have 7 minutes of new material every season.
That's real tough.
I learned 6 new songs for this year, and right when I got them memorized, we shut down for 6 months.
Oh gosh.
I had to relearn them.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's brilliant. I mean, like, I feel like even though like have not gotten the opportunity to safely perform in public this year has been the year of learning lots of new not just skill sets like how to run this, but just new material and writing so much more stuff. Like I'm writing for a January or February premiere, The Taming of the Dude. And,
Buddy.
it's stupid. It is very stupid. But it's so much fun because I feel like going back into the Renaissance circuit. Because I've been adapting my stage shows to the Zoom audiences and thus being able to write new jokes for it. I'm going back in with so much more new material that it's going to be several hours worth of stuff. I feel like I should just do a Netflix special or just Chris Rock style or Dave Chappelle and just stand there and keep talking until they turn off the cameras. And then they make 5 episodes out of it. It'd be amazing. But Michael Sturm, who is who's moderating our comments, Jack, is giving your father's old company a shout out.
Oh my God.
Go to BigAppleCircus.com and learn more about Jack's dad.
Well, we haven't been there since I think '94. I think that was our last season there. You could actually see old bits of his and David Casey, who was another third of Rogue Oven Fool.
Yeah.
I think it's Circopedia. If you look up Mr. Fish or the Oaf, I think some of their routines come up, I think, including a bullwhip set in drag, or at least partial drag. I don't know if it's full drag.
Well, Opie was famous for never breaking character.
Yes.
Even when he was a director, if he was Opie, you couldn't get him to direct.
I've heard both legends and I don't know if horror stories is the right word, but I've heard legends about it, both positive and less than positive.
Same here.
Yeah.
He was director here at Texas Renaissance Festival for a while.
Okay.
Oh, fantastic. And is that where you are right now, Jim?
I am. Well, I'm out in what they call Toontown,
okay.
Which is attached to the festival, and we're performing.
You know. Oh, wonderful! And how? I mean, obviously, don't speak ill of the hand that feeds you. But how is all the safety down there? All safety concerns.
All things considered, we're doing pretty well. All the cast wears masks. Most of the people, all the people come in wearing masks. Not all of them keep them on. They've moved at the benches at my gazebo. The nearest bench is more than 10 feet away, which means I have to shout a lot louder.
All right.
But I'll take that. And I bought a thing called a singer's mask.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to help some, at least it doesn't impede my lips while I'm singing.
Yeah.
And
that's wonderful.
I'm doing what I can.
Fantastic. Speaking of singer's masks, I'm going to be shilling for masks in about 5 to 10 minutes here. But before we do, I need to switch the conversation over to Claire and TJ for the Shakespeare Shameless Self-Promotion Halloween party. I cut off my own face. I'm going to come down here. Hey, how's it going? So here on Shakespeare Shameless Self-Promotion Halloween party, we're going to be doing stupid stuff, like even stupider than we normally are. Like, for instance, we are going to be putting up we're going to be finding Michael sent the link in. Michael, could you Facebook message me this so I can just copy and paste it of to watch video of Jack's family back in 1989.
All right. My God. Michael is awesome.
He's
Michael
on it.
He is amazing.
I need a Michael in my life.
You do. Also, they take Irish the Langer's Ball. Jim, have you come across the Langer's Ball in your travels?
I shared a live stream with them a few months ago.
Oh, wonderful! Yes, they are. They are Irish folk rock, and they are amazing. They are genuinely brilliant, and they also moderate my Friday thread, so it's fantastic. But so Zenith players, we got to talk to you for just a moment because you have, starting tomorrow, one of the more exciting things coming up.
Yes, we have Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, that's me. Sorry, let me switch it. We're gonna go over here and then just move you.
Really, Night of the Living Dead 2020. So,
TJ, sit next to your wife. It's fine.
Oh, fine.
What we've done is we have specifically designed this show to work for Zoom. It
Excellent.
is, so it's designed, the original film was everyone was in the same house. This has people in different houses with the zombies trying to break in. So it is specifically kind of formulated so that way it all comes together with people leaving different locations. It's really exciting. We've got some great zombie footage that was sent to us.
That's amazing.
And yeah, it's a good cast, and we're gonna have a good time.
Oh, wonderful! And now, now for this, oh, I'm over here now. For this Night of the Living Dead, for Zoom, how much of the script did you have to change?
It didn't feel like a lot, but now that I look at it, it's just certain things that didn't work, like a lot of you have to come up here instead. It's just don't be in the basement, so things like that. There are a few other changes that we made for the times. We kind of gave Barbara a little bit more of an arc.
They're coming together.
They are. So she has a little bit more. We changed that, and yeah, it's pretty exciting.
All right, and everyone can go to that link that is currently on your screen for the event that has been being created for Night of the Living Dead 2020, because obviously 2020 only needs zombies to get better. I mean,
Right.
You know.
Do you two know the Pandora's box you're opening here with? I mean, just seriously. I mean,
kind of. We were talking while we were in the car the other day, and we're like, I don't think anything like this has been done yet.
all right. I mean, hopefully that's all it is, and we don't actually get, zombies.
Right?
It'll be fine. I've got my towel.
Oh, it'll be fine. Just
It'll be fine.
so you're saying just don't panic.
Don't
Exactly.
panic.
That's all we need. All right. So next question then. It's since this is your first 2-night production, are you performing it live both nights?
Yes.
Oh my God! So you're not recording it
what
and then
is
just
cool,
throwing it up again.
There are I want to say about 5 minutes of footage is pre-recorded. I don't want to say which footage is pre-recorded, but about 5 minutes of it is just so we can get into the situation and have it all kind of like fall out from there.
And by the situation, you mean that weird jackass on the Jersey Shore?
Obviously.
Yes.
I mean, if you don't have him, I mean, you already live in New Jersey. This is perfect.
Is he the one that took acting lessons up by himself?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, is he? That's all I genuinely
Took
do.
acting lessons down the street from our house.
Oh my God. Shakespeare, I forgot that Mike the Situation existed until now. And this is not something I needed to be reminded of.
You are welcome, sir. You are welcome.
Okay, but have you ever seen Geordie Shore?
No.
It is the spin-off in England. So you get, instead of our New Jersey, stereotypical New Jersey accents.
You're getting a lot of, I think this is going to be the way to go, mate. Yeah, raw. Yeah, so we're going to be going to see some birds down in Sevik.
I don't know what he's saying, but he sounds really angry. And it's just, yeah.
Why
Oh
wouldn't
my
it be
God.
the old Jersey Shore? If it's in England or the UK.
Give this man a dinosaur. He wins. Give this man a dinosaur.
I read a news story a few years ago of, I guess some random American was talking a lot of smack about New Jersey, and he just said Jersey, obviously thinking that everyone would assume New Jersey, but apparently the island of Jersey in the UK was like, you should come hang out with us, and bought him a plane ticket and then like a ferry ticket to come hang out in Jersey.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start talking shit about Jersey now.
That's what happens when you talk smack about Jersey. You get sent to old Jersey.
Yeah, I mean this is how it should be for all time. Oh my goodness. So Night of the Living Dead, that's going to be at 7 p.m. tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and
8 p.m. 8.
Oh, 8 p.m.
It'll be 7 here.
Yeah, not according to the poster you sent me.
Now we're committed.
Oh.
Well, all right. I guess it's 7.
Yeah. Because of this poster, everyone involved, your call time is an hour earlier.
Well, the time changes, and does time exist right now? I mean,
A little bit.
the
Somewhere.
foreign times.
I don't know. Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
So very glad. And then Jack, I have you, one of, I mean, along with Jim, someone who looms quite large in the creation of my act as a Renaissance Fair performer.
Really?
Yes, because you are in ways I aspire to be, and please, I mean this with all love and respect. You play with a cat. There you go.
I told you he was going to come in.
You play a flaming jackass. And I want to be.
I prefer Jacques.
I'm sorry, Jacques. Jacques.
French.
Yeah, very French. No,
French cowboy, apparently. But
very French cowboy.
I'm not sure how I feel about this monologue you're going on, but I'm going to allow it to continue.
That's what I aspire to be. And yes, Susan, everything is legal in New Jersey. So I have to say, in performing with you, for the better part of 10 years now, at the New Jersey Renaissance, bringing back the New Jersey. And then Michael says, wow, Jersey sucks, as I say it. It's like, that's, TJ, you know it's true.
I spent most of my childhood in Jersey, and I'm honestly going to agree.
My dad's from New Jersey, so
yeah, my wife's from New Jersey.
I'm so sorry.
And then
he got away from there.
Well, this was fun. It's time to hit the old dusty trail.
Let's all, you know what? Let's just all leave. Just leave. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No. Where was I going with that? As someone, yes, flaming jackass. I aspire to be that. Seeing you at certain points of like my level of ridiculousness is already rather high, and then you bringing it up to here, and then sharing the stage with you occasionally, like in opening call or like finale and whatnot, and be like, all right, I need to be as crazy and flaming of a jackass as I can possibly be in order just simply to compete. And so we do the Whipper's Delight and things like that. I
gotta tell you, that is one of my favorite moments that we've done together. That for those of you that don't know, what we did is we made the old Rapper's Delight, a hip hop, the hippie, so we did that, but we made it Whipper's Delight. And we started it off just me doing, the first verse, but then I brought in Shakespeare. And I was like, so far you've heard my voice, but I brought a friend along. And next on the mic is my man, Will. Yo, Shakespeare, sing that song.
And I don't remember it.
Check it out. I'm S-H-A-K, the E-S-P-E, and the rest is A-R-E.
Say what?
I go by the code of the Bard Avon when I write my poetry. I won't do the whole thing.
I got more rhymes than the Pope has dimes.
I was really proud of that line.
Oh no, that is a good line.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You rocked it though, I gotta say.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And but just to bring it to the craziest level, we did it on Pirate Weekend, and so I felt I had to dress piratical, and so I wear a Pittsburgh Pirates baseball cap sideways because I'm street, and people were like, "Oh yeah, no, this totally seems in line with what these two do."
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, we're going to come back to all of this and more music from Jim Hancock and the costume contest in just a minute. But first, I'm going to have to pay some bills. Oh my goodness! So, everybody, here we go. It's bill paying time. I'm going to move myself over to here. Boo! And then I'm going to do this. Boo! Oh my God! Look at that! It's like I'm a professional. Oh my gosh! So today's show is brought to you by the good people at Hill Storage and Rigging. Go to hillrigging.com. Enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing your equipment is in skilled and experienced hands with services from the machine movers and erectors. Oh, goodness. Hi, Jim. Wrong button. From the machine movers and erectors in Middletown, Pennsylvania. Established in 1967, Hill Storage and Rigging Company is a family-owned and operated full-service millwright serving industries in the Mid-Atlantic states and beyond. They are a women-owned small business with hours of operation Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time, weekends by appointment only. Call them at 717-944-7676 and visit them at hillrigging.com. Also, the show is brought to you by Dandy Folk, bits and bobbles for the sharp and snazzy. Come peruse our ever-expanding collection of accessories, reversible venture hoods, scarves, masks, and more to get you through the season in style. A spooky and Halloween and fall collection, and of course the fandom collections. Are you into the Doctor, Hobbits, Wizards, the Force, or the Federation? We've got you covered. And you see what I did there? Because the masks. Never mind. I'm just gonna keep talking. All right, keep reading the ad copy. The cotton masks are hand and machine washable, with sewn-in polypropylene filters, built-in stainless steel nose bridges, and comfortable woven elastic. The 3D shape of the new mask patterns provides more breathing space between your mouth and nose and the fabric, while offering a good seal across the nose and under the chin. Shop now at etsy.com/shop/dandyfolk and follow them on Instagram at dandyfolk. And Shakespeare fans now have their very own discount code on the shop. Visit dandyfolk.etsy.com and use the coupon code DEATHBYFLUFFYKITTENS, all one word, for $5 off any order of $50 or more. So use my code DEATHBYFLUFFYKITTENS and get $5 off any order of $50 or more. And let me just real quick show you the filters. So here are the filters. Go in there. And here are what the masks are. And Jim was talking about the singer's mask that he just got. So this, I'm not quite sure if you can use it for singing, but you can use it for speaking. I've been practicing. You have a silicone piece right here that holds the mask away from your nose and lips. And the 3D shape also pushes out even further. So this is wonderful. And also, I just really love this pattern. It's fun in Doctor Who, and it looks fancy. The show today is also brought to you by Renfest.org. Renfest.org is your directory for Renaissance entertainment, vendors, and festivals. The goal is to drive more traffic to the sites, the online stores, and social media of the Renaissance festivals, artisans, and entertainers, and to promote the idea of the hashtag Renfest at home to encourage patronage while fairs are closed and support other initiatives such as Digital Renfests and the Rescue Foundation that benefit this community. Find them at renfest.org. Renfest.org, it's in the name. And Henderson's Hearth. Henderson's Hearth, Celtic classic cooking for a modern age. It began in 2012 when they came up with the idea to bring back traditional Celtic recipes that had begun to be lost in today's quick meal culture. And since opening their first shop at the Louisiana Renaissance Festival in 2013 and expanding outward from there, they are now providing healthy, easy, and delicious products steeped in Scottish heritage. The ingredients are either grown by them or acquired locally in the Louisiana region to ensure quality. Each product is made in small batches so they can ensure your mix will exceed your expectations. You can shop at hendersonshearth.com, follow them on Instagram at Henderson's Hearth, and visit them at the Louisiana Renaissance Festival weekend starting November 7th and 8th. That's next weekend. Tell them Shakespeare sent you. And I'm going to be starting to make like the soup mix and the bread mix. And oh, goodness gracious. I mean, we have the glazed nuts, and that's just funny to say. But so much wonderful, great stuff from Henderson's Hearth. And thank you so much for supporting the show. And finally, the Daily Brew. Now, the Daily Brew is a 365-day guided journal. And now, have you ever wanted to start a personal journal only to give up because you didn't know what to write about? And have you ever wanted to keep a journal but didn't know how to start? Well, the Daily Brew Journal might be the thing for you. The authors have painstakingly created a 365-day template for writing about your thoughts and feelings, as well as a nice mix of active hands-on exercises to keep it interesting and to help you avoid journal fatigue. So find a comfy chair, grab your favorite hot beverage, good pen, and start journaling. It's created by mental health counselors, and it is genuinely wonderful. Studies have found out that regular journaling leads to increased emotional intelligence, creativity, and confidence, gains in both short and long-term memory, and it helps with impulse control and problem solving. And you can purchase them online through Barnes & Noble, Target, Abe's Books, and Amazon. And every purchase of the Daily Brew Journal allows them to give away more copies of the journal to students in need. So go check them out at Amazon. That's where I've bought a couple of copies. And go do that. So thank you to everybody for supporting the show. And if you want to support Shakespeare's Shameless Self-Promotion Happy Hour or Shakespeare's Coffee Break, you can email me at shakespeare@shakespeareproves.com. Also use that email right now to send in your last second entries for the Halloween costume contest. And I just got one in from John. So John, thank you so much. That is going into the costume contest right now. I will be adding it in for our panel of highly experienced judges to judge you, and hopefully very fairly. But let's bring back the rest of our panel because I've talked for enough shilling the wares. Welcome back, everybody.
Ooh.
It's
What
good to be
happened to
back.
Claire?
Oh my God.
I'm a ghost.
What?
Spooky.
Oh no, I'm just under a cape. It's fine.
And off-screen wife who is watching the show, she says, "Yay! The Daily Brew, written in part by her awesome boss. It's non-profit, and all proceeds go to donate journals to students in need." So, full disclosure, it's co-written by my wife's boss. So, yes. Goodness gracious. What do we talk about? Do we because I'm pulling the photos together for the
I have a question.
Jim has a question. Let's give him the center square.
Oh, well, the question is for Jacques.
Oh, all right. Let's give him the center square.
I remember seeing you at Sterling many years ago, and then I started hearing you more and more because I basically listen exclusively to that particular radio. And I wonder, how do your colleagues feel about what you do on the side?
They bring it up more than I am comfortable with. So,
I think so.
to give everyone a little explainer. So in college, which was when I really started performing, at the same time I was also working at my college radio station, which was one of the best in the country. And I got a job in radio right out of college. Circus helped pay the bills, and by the time I was sort of able to pay the bills with radio journalism, I was like, I love performing too much to quit it up. So every day nowadays, 5 days a week, I host the news for WBUR in Boston, 90.9 FM, Boston's NPR news station. And I also host a couple of national headline breaks. Newscast is calling them too much for Here and Now, the NPR program. So I get texts from friends in Arizona who are like, "I heard you on the radio," and I'm like, "It happens." But what I've noticed is the biggest thing is, at first everyone was kind of like, when they found out, about my circus background, and now it's sort of like it gets brought up whether I want it to or not. So we had a Zoom meeting to meet our new coworker the other day. And very first thing out of someone's mouth is, "This is Jack. He works in the circus." It's 8:30 in the morning. I'm still having my first cup of coffee. I don't feel like telling my life story in 5 minutes right now.
Every now and then I hear your byline and I go, "Hey, I know that guy."
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's been a really fun experience because my last name Lepiars is so unusual. I've gotten contacted by a lot of old people who knew my dad way back in the day, who said, "How is he? He's still doing great. He's at this point semi-retired, more by COVID than anything else, but he's living in Jersey. He's doing all right." So
that is fantastic. I really
aside from living in Jersey, he's mostly all right.
I heard. So I was last year, whilst I was driving down from upstate New York to Louisiana, at 5:30 in the morning, I heard you on an NPR affiliate outside of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So
at 5:30 in the morning?
5:30 in the morning. It was just a quick thing. So it might have been like from the previous day or something that was just getting replayed. But yeah.
It must have been. So one of the
I know him.
The way that NPR works is, so any one of us, like if there's big news in Boston, I can send something to NPR in Washington and they'll play it in their newscasts at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
But normally you wouldn't be able to hear me in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, unless there's some weird, funky transmission going on. So that's probably what it is. There's a big story in Boston. I filed for NPR.
It was only about, I want to say 90, like a 90-second clip version of it. Yeah. And that's what I'm like, what? That was Jack. That was amazing.
Also, the satellite radio plays things like Here and Now, at the weirdest times.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And several times a day.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So we are dealing with for our insular Renaissance community some like moderate celebrities, and then Jack has like minor celebrity status in the news world. So yeah, I mean, yeah. So there it is. No, there you go. There's a guy. Oh, by the way, this is my first opportunity to actually say it to you in person, so to speak. Congratulations on proposing. Well done.
Oh, thank you. So I did that. Yeah, that's I'm officially engaged now as of about a month. The funny thing is so I've worn, and I have to hold my hand up because I'm still recovering from shoulder surgery. So I've worn this fake wedding ring for the better part of 5 years because some people are crazy.
Yes.
But I'm really glad. So the way I did it was actually I used my Renaissance fairness to my advantage. So I've been posting these like little silly Jacques Ze Whipper videos on the Facebook page that everyone, posting little things of like, here's me practicing at home. And I told my now fiance, I said, all right, so I want to get dressed up and play La Vie en Rose on the accordion. So I put on a tux. We went out back. This is her 30th birthday right now, by the way. And I was like, oh, well, you know what? Since it's your birthday, let's both get dressed up. We'll make a fancy dinner and then we'll go shoot it. So we did that. We had dinner. We went and shot it. And then she's like, okay, all right, I think we got everything. And she's about to go back inside. I was like, oh, by the way, do you want your birthday gift right now? She's like, oh, yeah, sure. So I get down on one knee and she wasn't even looking at me. She just turns and she goes, oh my God. Which was not the response I knew I wanted, but in hindsight, definitely the response I wanted.
Not the response you wanted, but it was the response that you needed.
Yeah, there you go.
It was the Batman of responses. Yeah. All right. So speaking of Batmans of responses, I'm going to need some great Batmans of responses here. I need to know, everybody, where is it? If you could be a maple syrup lawyer, which is an actual career path in the nation of Canada, would you be? And give me a well thought out reason why. Let's start with Claire.
I would be on the condition I did not have to try anyone attached to the maple syrup theft.
That's where this all came from there.
Which I only know the vague, sketchy details of, so don't press me anymore.
There was a maple syrup gang. It was amazing. Jacques, would you be a maple syrup lawyer?
I don't think so, because I feel like knowing absolutely nothing about maple syrup lawyerism is that I feel like you would have to work for a maple syrup company, and then you got to work for the man, because obviously in Canada, maple syrup is the man.
Jim, same question.
Well, I'm not sure, but I don't think you can get those charges to stick.
Oh,
that one wins. All right, well done. That one wins. We're ending maple syrup lawyer. Maple syrup lawyer. All right, and now, Jim, we're going to start this question with you. What is your favorite dinosaur? Because this is not a question adults get asked nearly enough.
Oh, that's the pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl. Very good. Very good. Any particular reason why?
Because I love the way it sounds. Pterodactyl.
I love it. Love it. TJ, do you have a new favorite dinosaur? You've given us several.
No, I'm sticking with Ankylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus. All right. Very good. Jacques, do you have...
I think you know my favorite dinosaur.
I think I do, but I think everyone else needs to hear it.
The Velociraptor, because it's been in my show for 12 years at this point. I really need to recycle that joke or retire that joke, but you know what? It's still just wonderful, and I love it.
There's constant Jurassic World movies continually coming out, so it's going to keep staying. And
can I make a little comment here? Yeah, I have a lot of friends who've been doing this business for many, many years, and so among them are the Don Juan and Miguel show, Doug and Jose. Mm-hmm. And I can't tell you how many times I've walked behind their audience as it's letting out and I hear somebody saying, "Hey, you know that joke about the blah, blah, blah? I can't believe he just came up with that right on the spot." And I want to say to him, "You're right, he did 38 years ago."
Yeah.
And there's a magic to keeping a joke alive.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There
that's good
really
to
is.
know.
So it's good. Claire, do you have a new favorite dinosaur, or are you sticking with your old ones?
I think I'm going to stick with the T-Rex.
All right, very good, very good. All right, and I'm gonna go with Stegosaurus
Solid
because
choice.
it's just going around. It's like, oh, no one can, like, no one's really gonna mess with you, and if they do, you club them to death with spikes. I mean, it's like, oh, all right, I'm just gonna club and spike you. I'm just like, I love you. I love it. Stegosaurus is fantastic. I think I'm really letting my aggro out right now. But let's see. Do I have any final last second entries? All right. I think I have all the entries in. And so we are going to have to judge some Halloween costumes here. But first, let's have another tune by Mr. Conway Twitty. Jim Hancock, the Burly Minstrel,
this is,
everyone.
Halloween. Now, that first song mentioned a grave, but this mentions what we saw just a little while ago, a ghost. In the Tower of London, large as life, the ghost of Anne Boleyn walks, they declare.
I love this song.
For Anne Boleyn was once King Henry's wife, until he had the Axeman bob her hair. Oh yes, he done her wrong long years ago. But she comes back each night to tell him so, with her head tucked underneath her arm. She walks the bloody tower with her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour, with her head tucked underneath her arm. Along the dusty corridors for miles and miles she goes. She sometimes catches cold, poor dear, it's cold there when it blows. And it's awfully awkward for the queen when she has to blow her nose. She's got her head tucked underneath her arm. With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. With her head tucked underneath her arm. She's looking for King Henry to give him what for. She wants to tell him off for having spilled her gore. And just in case the Axeman wants to give her an encore, she's got her head tucked underneath her arm. With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. With her head tucked underneath her arm. Now sometimes good King Henry throws a spread for all his pals and gals, the ghostly crew. The Axeman carves the meat and cuts the bread, till Anne Boleyn walks in and spoils the dew. She holds her head up with an eerie whoop. Henry shouts, "Don't drop it in the bloody soup." With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. With her head tucked underneath her arm. She finally found King Henry. He was at the castle bar. "Are you James Seymour Anne Boleyn, or maybe Catherine Parr? Just how the heck am I to know just who the heck you are? You've got your head tucked underneath your arm." With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. With her head tucked underneath her arm. I mean, thank you.
Jim Hancock, the Burly Minstrel. Buy his music at jimhancock.com. And by the way, when you go there, you're going to have just a nice, fun pun greeting you, and that is fantastic. Oh my goodness. My friends, it is time to judge and be very judgy this costume contest. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right. All right. So going to Shakespeare's Shameless Self-Promotion Halloween Party Costume Contest. Here we go. Our first submission comes from Ben and Ariel, the Gonk droid, and she is Anakin Skywalker. All right, so let us be very judgy here, friends. All right, TJ and Claire, as our professional theater people here, what are your thoughts?
It's clever. It's very clever. Good use of materials. I approve.
All right, yes.
Are those plastic bins?
I believe
That
it
took
might
some
be,
time.
or even like it looks like possibly a dog carrier.
That makes
That
sense.
took
yeah.
some time.
That took some time, took some effort. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, I love if you look at the center photo, how the Gonk droid is very much in love with Skywalker.
It's
I mean,
very
that is.
I mean, how could you not love Anakin Skywalker? He's so
Right.
cute and cuddly.
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what we
Great
all
with
think.
children.
Yeah.
I love
He
this.
really is great with children.
He's
And Anakin's got the great stance there, ready for action.
Oh yeah. So that is great. Jim, any professional thoughts here?
Well, I was saying that Anakin's got the great stance there, ready for action. I really I think it's wonderfully done all around.
Yeah.
I agree with with Claire about the great use of materials there.
Really is. And Jack, any final thoughts from you?
I think this is really fantastic. You can tell they put in the work, and I think as friends of mine who have an annual Halloween party with a costume contest always say, what's really impressive about this is you can tell they made it themselves.
Yes.
This is not something they went on to eBay and bought, as I do with a lot of my costumes.
With all of my costumes.
Yeah, this is something they put together themselves. They made themselves, and it looks damn good.
I
All right.
also see a mask.
Oh yes, and I can I zoom in on that somehow? No, I can't zoom in on her mask any further. But other than just making it a little bit bigger. But Anakin Skywalker wearing a mask feels oddly prescient and inappropriate. So, all right. So Susan says, so far she votes for this one.
Absolute best one I've seen.
Yeah, this is
so
the best
far.
one I've seen so far.
And
Can
Go ahead.
Can I make a bad pun?
oh, please, absolutely.
I find your lack of face disturbing.
Find your lack of face disturbing. That is grand. Michael Strum says extra points for looking like it's really on. All right, so there we go. That's devotion. All right, our next entry comes from Kathy Evans. Looks like she is not what's his face, Hawkeye, but the other one.
There's
Yeah.
another one?
So there's is that Hawkeye?
I think that's Hawkeye.
Okay.
I mean, my Marvelness is not as good as it should be. But didn't Hawkeye also have a daughter who like took up the Hawkeye mantle ish?
You might be right. You might be
Mhm.
right. I don't read as many comics as I used to, so I cannot answer that. Oh, she says Huntress. Thank you, Kathy.
Huntress.
Kathy's watching
Okay,
right
good.
now. Thank you,
Yep.
Kathy.
I was going to
'Cause
say,
I'm like, that's why there's no title with it. It just is your name.
yeah, my comic
Yeah.
books start and end with this. That's about
All right.
it.
But that's really that's really some fun extra. I'm digging the boots. I love that she has an actual crossbow there. I mean, that's fantastic. Jim, your thoughts?
Well, I don't really know the Huntress, but I'm sure she nailed the costume well. But I think she could also lead a metal band really well with that.
I was thinking along similar lines. Yeah. Claire and TJ.
I'm a fan of anything with a cape. I see a cape
Capes
and I instantly
crossbows.
go right for it. TJ goes for the crossbow.
All right.
Yeah.
So, but see, here's the thing. Didn't we learn in Incredibles no capes?
I clearly learned nothing from the Incredibles.
And Michael says, who is moderating this, and please, everyone, please go like the Langus Ball on Facebook and Instagram and go to langusball.com and download all the music. Who's moderating all this? Michael says, not Hawkeye. Don't you mean BJ Honeycutt?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Deep cut.
I was
Brava.
I
All
was
right.
waiting for one of those.
Okay. Moving on to our next combatant. We have Susan Hill also watching the show right now
Oh my God.
as Commander Will Riker from Star Trek The Next Generation. And
I have
one-
thoughts.
one thing I have noticed is you can't. I could tell on the photo that was sent to me. I'm not sure if you can actually see it right here on your screens, but her beard is crocheted.
That's really good.
I was going to say, it's not a very effective mask, though.
No. No.
Beard, great. Lots of points for the beard.
Yeah.
Negative points for not sitting terribly in a chair.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
the-
straddling the chair.
So the thing
Quintessential
is-
Riker.
I had to Google who Will Riker is because I've never watched Star Trek. But here's the thing.
You are booted from my
Here-
show.
That was way harsh. Dan.
But here's the thing. I still knew who she was.
Hmm.
Even though
Alright.
I've never, I was like, okay, is that who I think it is? Yup, it is. It's this old guy right over here.
Yeah.
Oh, we're making you big. Oh yeah,
That guy.
Yep. Jonathan Frakes. Also, if you don't know Jonathan Frakes, that means you never watched Fact or Fiction back in the 90s.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
It's
Oh,
a
it's-
fabrication.
Oh my God.
The most memed '90s show of all time.
Have you seen the one where it's like a minute or so of like Jonathan Frakes asks you questions like a 6-year-old? It's going like, have you ever been to the Chinatown section of a major city? Can you remember the tallest man you've ever seen? It's just such bizarre.
I like the
questions.
one that's the supercut of "It Never Happened," completely made up, and that.
Let's move right on.
But there was another one where it's like Jonathan Frakes affirms all of your life choices. It says, "You're right. You're correct. You made the right choice." And it's just a minute of it, and I'm like, I needed that today. Thank you, Jonathan Frakes.
I think we all need that in 2020.
I met him once, and he was amazing and brilliant, and just
Good.
wonderful. Susan says that her beard is not COVID safe. Cheryl is asking, where is your trombone?
So, wait a minute. Susan's got the Death Star as her avatar, but she's going with Star Trek?
She crosses the streams. She crosses the streams. And why not? Yeah. Yeah, why not both? Yeah. Jim, any thoughts from you, sir?
Well, I knew it was a Star Trek reference, but I think she did it well. What is she holding in her hand, though? Is it a phaser or?
Probably a phaser, I
Appears
imagine.
to be a
I can't really
phaser.
tell from here.
I'm going to see if I can zoom in on my screen. Yeah, it looks like a phaser on my screen.
And it appears to light up.
Yes, it does.
Points
Oh,
for
well.
later.
My guess
Definitely
is,
extra points for that.
yeah, my guess is it might actually even be like one of those little dollar store sci-fi ray guns that you attach to a keychain. And she says she will. She only has a clarinet and not a trombone. She will not be Harry Kim from Voyager. All right?
Points for not being Harry Kim. from
I don't think
Voyager.
Garrett Wang wants to be Harry Kim. He never gets a promotion except in an alternate timeline, and then it's like it never happened.
Because he's terrible.
Jim, by the way, you were on the nerdiest stream you will be on this week.
Terrible.
That's fine. I'm just old.
Oh, it's an original series phaser. Well done, Susan. All right, and I think we have one more entry. Yes, John Konofsky. I named this "Are You My Mummy?"
Aw.
Oh, that's sweet.
And
Love it.
that's the face that Jack is giving me. He's like, no. All right, so he really went all
That is-
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that is well done.
I am always a fan of puns, especially the bad puns.
Oh, bad puns
So
are the best puns.
This one is getting my vote.
All right, yeah. Well, in that case, John, if you
no.
win, it's because of my pun for you, obviously, not your costume game.
Oh wait, Shakespeare, you wrote the pun?
I wrote the pun.
Get out of your own show, Shakespeare.
Fine. All right, I'm leaving. And yes, Susan, it's
All right,
about
now
to
that
be
he's
referenced.
gone, can we talk about him?
No.
So
Yeah, go ahead. I don't care. All right. So, Jim, let's start with you. Your thoughts on this?
Well, I actually did this once when I had a few miles of gauze left over from something, but he's
Few
done it
miles?
way better
just
than I
move
could have.
right on past it.
That's an amazing use of excess gauze.
Mm.
Mummy, and John is saying about it. Mummy returns, voice of 3,000-year-old Egyptian priest brought to life.
I read that.
On your screen, yes.
No, I mean, I read that. It was a news article.
Oh,
A month,
Yeah.
sometime in the last
oh
month
yeah,
or
I
so.
saw that. Yeah, I saw it on John Oliver's thing, and I'm not allowed to repeat on this show what he said, but it was great.
Was along the lines of "Don't do that in 2020."
It's not the year. Don't
Yeah,
do
not
it.
the well, yeah, there were two things: A, not the year for it, and B, it's hilarious. Oh goodness, Jack, your thoughts?
You know what? This is really, really good. I mean, one, that you got that much coverage with the bandages, and two, that you made the eye holes that good.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure what the woman is, whether she's just a doctor or whether she actually is like the OBGYN who is his mummy. I don't know. That was where my brain went when I saw "Are You My Mummy?"
Maybe
The
it's his mom.
OBGYN that delivered the mummy. That's how it goes.
You know what? I like your headcanon. I was gonna say maybe he's not. Right before you gave that, I was gonna say maybe he's not a mummy and rather just like an intense burn victim, and she was his attending physician. But yeah, you know what? Yeah, totally. She's the OBGYN who delivered him. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Although, wouldn't she have delivered his child if he's the mummy, or if she's the mummy? She could be a very tall woman.
She could be. I don't know. There's so many questions.
Although it is from John Karnofsky, so
Yeah, it is. And Susan says, Jack, you have very high standards. And Michael's asking, wait, just a doctor? Oh, you're just a doctor. Michael, you have to understand, we live in 2020. Well, yeah, people are just doctors. We don't have to respect things. Oh, goodness. Goodness. Oh, Michael has a question for you, Jim. He says, your story cannot be glossed over. A few extra 100 yards of
yes, please.
He said
well, I've had a recurring problem with cellulitis in my left leg, and at one point I'm a disabled vet, so I go to the VA, and they basically just throw things at me, and I had to dress my own wounds for a long time.
That is way less interesting of I thought it was going to be like, so here we were TPing a house, but hey, we wanted to be able to reuse it. I thought it was going to be like that.
No, you don't want to reuse gauze.
Oh, and there's the cat again. Hooray.
I'm obsessed with this cat.
Cicero, just as soon as I gave you the solo shot, Cicero.
All right, hang on. I'll bring him back. All right. There's a boy.
So here's a question, Jack, since you like Roman Latin names and whatnot, would it be Cicero or Cicero?
Was Scipio.
Oh, Scipio, that's right.
That'll
Sorry.
answer the question. So yes, it should be Cicero. It should be Julius Caesar, but I can't bring myself to call him Julius Caesar. He's Julius Caesar.
Yeah. Although I do like making Kaiser jokes with because Julius Kaiser, like, oh, you Kaiser Soze. It makes me giggle in my own head, and then other people politely giggle as well. They go, that's nice. But my wife says about your cat, aw. And John says about your description of the mummy and his OBGYN, that they love that, and she is now his OBGYN. So, all right, these are our 4 entrants. And so we have first place, second place, third place, and honorable mention. Let us review them in reverse order. Are You My Mummy and the OBGYN. Commander Will Riker, sans trombone. Kathy Evans. Oh, also not appropriate for COVID. Kathy Evans, the Huntress. And Gonk and Skywalker. Who do you... So let's go with honorable mention first. Oh, by the way, the prizes that you will be getting, dear friends. You will be you will be able to get an alt damp spot remover. Yes. Clean up all those nasty blood stains on Halloween with the alt damp spot remover. You will be able to get a fluffy kitten love grenade. This one I call pumpkin spice, and his eyes glow creepily.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you think I'm joking? No. You will be able to get a digital download of my comic book, Julius Caesar, Beware the Ides of March of the Penguins, or a digital download of my album, Are You There, God? It's Me, Shakespeare. So in Honorable mention place. Let's take our votes right now. All right. Everybody think about it. Think about it. All right.
Clarification.
Oh, yes, clarification.
Yes. Honorable mention, is that fourth place?
That'll be fourth place, yes.
Fourth, okay.
Yes. All right. Everyone, are your votes locked in your brains?
As well as anything can get locked in there.
All right. Do we need to see the pictures one more time?
No, I think I got it.
All right. We're good? Okay. Jim and Jack switched places, and that's weird to me, and I don't know how they did that.
So do-si-do.
Yeah. Very nice. I love you so much. I love them. I love those two guys so much. I do. So what is your vote for fourth place?
Who? Me?
Yes,
Okay,
Jim, your vote for fourth place?
Fourth place, I'm going to go with Commander Will Riker.
All right. Jacques, your vote for fourth place.
I really want to give Riker a higher spot because that's like one of 3 Star Trek characters I could have identified, but I think I got to go with fourth place.
Fourth place. Claire.
I'm going to say Will Riker.
All right.
Well, I guess we're gonna go with Will Riker.
All right, Will Riker, and then I will be the random naysayer vote, and I will say, "Are you my mummy?" Fourth place, but Will Riker by majority vote, fourth place. Susan, congratulations, you have honorable mention. Message me and your details, and we'll get your prize out to you. I haven't determined what is first, second, third, or fourth place prizes yet, because they're all roughly the same equality in value. I know. All right, for third place, we have Huntress, Are You My Mummy, or Gonk and Skywalker.
I'm going to go with the Huntress.
Huntress,
it's a fabulous costume.
Mm-hmm.
I have my reasons for liking the other ones.
Okay.
They're more emotional than how well she did the costume.
Oh, okay. Emotional versions. All right. Do you fear the Huntress? Were you hunted?
Oh, I might have to fear her if I'm putting her in third place.
All right. Claire and TJ.
I'm going to go with Are You My Mummy?
Are You My Mummy in third place? All right. That's one for Mummy, one for Huntress. TJ.
I agree with Are You My Mummy?
Are You My Mummy? All right. Jack.
I was gonna go with Huntress as well, just because I thought she did well. I thought the other. I mean, like, I thought she did really, really well, really impressive. I just thought the other two were just a little bit better.
Okay, fantastic. In that case, I will be the tiebreaker and say Huntress gets third place. All right, well done there. All right, Huntress, you get third place. Kathy Evans, message me your details so we can get your prize out to you. All right, for second place, which means we are also determining first place right now. Is it Are You My Mummy? Let's bring that up here on screen. Is it Are You My Mummy? Or is it Gonk and Skywalker? All right, Are You My Mummy or Gonk and Skywalker?
This is for
Jack, I'll let you vote.
place.
This is for second place, and thus we are also determining the winner in that case.
So
So
my fiance and I did a Padme and Anakin Skywalker Halloween costume a couple years ago, and this Anakin and Gunk is much better than anything we put together. But I got to go with the Mummy, just because, like, to get that kind of definition with the Mummy, that took some practice.
So are you saying Mummy for first place or Mummy for second place?
First place.
Your
Anakin
vote is
and
Mummy
Gunk.
for first place. All right.
Yeah.
Jim, your vote. Tell me which of those two you would like for.
Well, for emotional reasons, the Mummy gets the second place because, well, that's why he's got above the Huntress, is because I did that costume once, and so I feel kind of a little place in my heart for my Mummy.
All right.
So that means first place goes to Gunk and Skywalker.
All right. So we are split at the moment. All right. TJ, your vote, please.
For first place, Gonk.
First place for Gonk. 2 votes for Gonk. All right. Claire.
I'm gonna say first place for Gonk.
First place for Gonk. All right. That means I don't have to vote. Means I don't have to go on record. Ha ha! It's my show.
But you should.
Oh, I should. All right, fine. I was going to give first place. I was going to give first place to the Mummy as well. It was so very weirdly detailed.
I mean, they were all
was
really
really
well
well
done.
done.
Is the thing.
Yeah. But all right, Gonk. So Gonk and Skywalker, you take first place. Send me your details. John Konofsky, for Mummy. Are you my mummy? You and the OBGYN. You have second place. Send me your details and we will get all your prizes out to you. But that being said, we have run out of show. So I got to wrap things up here real quick. Friends, thank you so very much for watching Shakespeare's Coffee Break. Please go support our sponsors. Go get your Ren Pop Shakespeare at renpops.com and go like them on Instagram, OMG_RenPops. Get the Daily Brew 365-day guided daily journal in order. Help yourself with journaling and also help out a college student. Henderson's Hearth, hendersonshearth.com. Celtic classic food for today's on-the-go meals. Renfest.org, your entertainment directory for Renaissance festivals, vendors, and entertainers. Renfest.org, it's in the name. Dandy Folk, bits and baubles for the sharp and snazzy. On an order of $50 or more, save $5 by using my code, Death by Fluffy Kittens. And Hill Storage and Rigging Company, no job too large or too small. Go to hillrigging.com. Friends, thank you so much for watching Shakespeare's shameless self-promotion Halloween party. If you enjoyed this show half as much as I enjoyed doing it, I enjoy it twice as much as you did, and that's called math. And whatever you feel the show is worth, a 1, a 5, a 10, for a 50, I will detail your car because I got no pride. Throw it into my hat, and that means buy me a drink. Go to coffee.com, ko-fi.com/Shakespeare, and buy me a drink. Or become a Patreon of the arts at patreon.com/Shakespeare. Coming up over the next several days, we have on go back and rewatch Shakespeare Reviews, my online of course everything's online, my film review show with Andrew McKee from Life's Affair, the Irish bard, who you often will see at the Louisiana Renaissance Festival. Go watch Shakespeare Reviews at lifesaffair.com, YouTube, and Facebook. For this week, for Halloween, we're talking about Warm Bodies, and it was a fun, great show. Also, on Sunday, tune in for the Brunch Time Watch Party, 11 a.m. of Titus Andronicus, for kids. The show we just did with the Zenith, the show we just did with the social distancing players. So much fun. The cast is going to be watching the show with you, making fun of ourselves. It's a good time, and we'll be having waffles or pancakes. One never knows. And then, of course, tomorrow night, you need to tune in and watch Night of the Living Dead. Oh my God, it's amazing. Tomorrow night and Sunday night, it's either at 7 or 8. TJ doesn't know, but it's fine. Please go to all of my guests' Facebook pages, Instagrams, YouTubes, etc. Go to their websites. Go buy music from jimhancock.com. Go to zenithplayers.com and click on the highly attractive donation button. Jacques Ze Whipper, go like him on Facebook and watch all of his silly videos. Links are in there. And also, Jack just broke his own whipping record. So, Jack, if you wouldn't mind sending that link to me, we didn't watch it here, but we'll put it up as an extra link here.
Video's still rendering anyway.
Oh, the video's still rendering. It's fine.
Great to meet you guys.
Michael
Karen,
Sturm will
TJ.
get it. It won't be done yet, but he'll have it. It'll be in there.
So, I'd like to thank everybody for coming. Jim, you're the living legend here. So I'm going to give you the final word.
I just want to say it was great to meet you, Claire and TJ, and break digital legs.
Thank you.
And friends, for your Halloween toast, trick or treat. Smell someone's feet from 6 feet away at all times. Wear your mask, preferably scary. And don't cough in on anyone because that's the scariest freaking thing of all. Cheers! Happy Halloween. We're going to close out the show with music from Jim Hancock, the Burly Minstrel. This has been Shakespeare's Shameless Self-Promotion Happy Hour. We'll see you next week. I love you, you love me. There's mutual glorious affection. This is Jacques Ze Whipper, the Zenith Players, and the Burly Minstrel. Bye-bye, my friends.
When that I was a little tiny boy with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, a foolish thing was but a toy. The rain, it raineth every day with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, it raineth every day. But when I came unto man's estate with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, yes, slaves and thieves, men shot their gate. For the rain, it raineth every day with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, it raineth every day. When I came, alas, to wife with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, by swaggering could I never thrive. For the rain, it raineth every day with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, it raineth every day. And when I came unto my bed with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, with toss pots still had drunken head. With the rain, it raineth every day with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, it raineth every day. A great while ago the world was begun with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, but that's all one, our play is done, and we'll strive to please you every day with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, it raineth every day with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, it raineth every day. A song by William Shakespeare.
Oh my God, you're welcome.
He's a great songwriter. I don't think his plays will ever catch on.
Good night, everyone.